And once again, hi, welcome everyone. Welcome to Kiss and Tell podcast.
Hi.
Welcome. Tell me, what is it today, Dr. Jenny?
Today is exercise and the benefits of how it helps your sex life.
Wait, exercise and sex
Exercise and sex, yeah.
At the same time.
same time. Yes. Burn calories, build bodies.
Damn right.
So we have with us two wonderful guests, Stephanie Below.
Hi.
She's one that came to writer. She does monthly obsession articles recommending wonderful products with her sense of humor and sense of style.
My favorite.
Yep, and she's also a personal trainer. And another guest we have is Melissa Dostine.
Hello.
She is a Pilates instructor, a certified Pilates instructor. Am I saying that right? I hope
Yep,
so.
I am Ramana the Pilates certified instructor.
Yeah.
The Ramana part's the important part.
Okay.
And then it's me, Dr. Jenny, CEO and founder of KissandTellMagazine.com, and my co-host, Dr. Sabrina.
What's up? What's up?
Yeah.
Hello.
Into it.
So, who wants to begin talking about exercise? Stephanie or Melissa?
Okay.
I can start.
Okay.
I came to Pilates because actually any kind of exercise, because I have been up and down on the scale all of my life. And I know the benefits of feeling good about yourself. And one of the philosophies behind Pilates is that the prerequisite to all happiness is physical fitness, and that you are only happy, not in life, but when the most happy you can be is when your body and your mind work together and you are physically fit. And I have found this to be very true, especially for myself. In my low times, definitely were when I was heaviest, and my best times are when I feel the best about myself, when I'm physically fit. And being that I had a life-changing accident a couple of years ago and could not do anything physical at all, and spent the last 2 years of my life healing myself, I am quite aware of what a difference exercise makes in your life. And then once you get to a certain point, what it does in your sex life, and making you feel good about yourself again, and feeling good about your body. Strength is a big factor, and feeling strong and feeling powerful make a woman feel strong and powerful. And it makes a huge difference in how you come across and how you're perceived by people. I'm sure Stephanie finds the same thing in her business. Like when somebody feels stronger and not so feeble, they're much more attractive,
Completely. I think, the benefits mentally are outstanding as far as, because I specialize more with neuromuscular diseases, Parkinson's and ALS. And I find it's amazing how exercise can perform exactly the same way that medications do. And it can change your life, how you feel. We all know a lot of sexual dysfunction. It's all in the brain. A lot of it is. And changing that, exercise is able to change that. Perform exactly the same way, like I said, as medications. I'm always flabbergasted by that, and some of my clients and their results is physically, mentally, just by exercise. Yeah.
Well, the antidepressant endorphins that are released and from any form of exercise,
Right.
whether, no matter what it is, definitely are healing. And it helps with your hormones and hormone imbalance, which are a big mood creator to sex.
Menopause.
I mean, if you're not
menopause.
Yeah.
Yes.
It definitely helps with menopause.
Are we old enough for that?
No, not at all. Well, but it really does help. And I hope we're going to talk a little bit more about some of that too, but keep going. This is great.
Well, I know for myself, a lot of the stuff that we do is very internal, which works on the pelvic muscles and the pelvic floor. And that is, the stronger your pelvic floor, the stronger orgasm, the better sex, the more blood flow. I mean, and honestly, it also helps with vaginal secretions too. So, I mean, just being able to practice some of these exercises that are very similar to Kegels. And for men as well, men are supposed to do versions of Kegels where they can stop their pee stream and things like that. And that also affects, like, it helps with erectile dysfunction. It helps with all kinds. I mean, it lessens it. It doesn't fix it, but all of these things are really important, and they all are based in exercise.
I know a lot of people hate it. They think, well, I can't, but it's not the cure all. But honestly, even just starting a program and sticking to it, what it does for you mentally to actually accomplish something. And yet menopause, I can tell you for a fact that it does help. It definitely helps. I mean, I've learned lately that the pelvic floor muscles, they're super important. All of that. Well, I do different pelvic floor muscles than you do. You Pilates, I do planks and stuff like that. But it all is beneficial for sure.
Well, there are planks in Pilates. It's not, I mean, with Pilates, there's this misconception that it was for dancers, and it was not. And it can be as hard as you want it to be, and it can be as easy as you need it to be. I had an 80-year-old woman that literally we worked on walking. I mean, so it's not always, it's about finding your inner strength and using that to your advantage.
Accomplishing. You don't need big equipment.
Well, you can do it without the equipment, but it's better with the equipment.
So, can you tell people what Pilates is? Because I'm sure a lot of people don't know. Well,
a lot of people think that it's a form of yoga, and it's not. It was a gentleman named Joseph Pilates who, his theory was that it was mind-body control. So it was kind of not mind over matter, but you're in complete control of your muscles and your body. And if you tell your body to do something, it should do it. And learning how to be in complete control. So it was strength and stretch with complete control. And that was the whole theory behind it. I see all kinds of stuff everywhere, and it's hard for me because I love the Romanas Pilates in the world that I'm in, and I want everybody to be able to do it, but it makes a difference if you do it right. And it's just like anything. The more knowledgeable your teacher is, the better you are. It's the same with anything. There's doctors that are good. There's bad doctors. There's, forms of things that are, it just like anything. You got to find who works for you and what works for you and how it works best. So
same with sex. For sure.
Can I ask a question?
So true.
Clarify something, I suppose. Melissa, for Pilates in particular, it works a lot with core. right?
Yes.
Yes.
But in actuality, it was mainly, as much as people talk core, it was about your spine and spinal health. And if your spine is old, you're old. If you're, 16 and you got as stiff as a board back, you are old. If you're 80 and you're flexible, you are young. And that's more what it was than core. And over the years, it's changed a lot. And I hear, not that it isn't core related, because the spinal strength comes from the front, mainly. But so I hesitate to just say core, because I really think it's about your spine.
It's more than that, right?
Yeah.
So the question that is what would be some good positions, or just to make this a little bit, for Pilates in particular?
Okay.
Like, what are some of the exercises or the things that if I'm doing Pilates, it makes this position, reverse cowgirl, it makes you on top, makes you on bottom, it makes your legs behind your head. Does it make any of those things easier for me as opposed to a different form of exercise, right?
Absolutely. So there's a lot of stretching going on in Pilates. If you're a tight person, we work on stretching, and there's side splits, and there's ballet stretches, and there's things like that. But the side splits.
Now we're talking flexibility. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
the side splits,
I'm just trying to understand.
That's important.
I can, be able to offer to my husband, possibly, depending on which exercise.
I need to go take Pilates, because I'll be better at, your legs will be strong enough that if you want to be in some kind of lovely V position, you can hold somebody up. You can hold somebody up with your legs out to the side without ripping in two.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, lovely.
Now we're talking.
Is the stuff that I need to know about how the exercise is going to benefit me. You understand?
Oh, okay. Well, there's one.
Fabulous.
Well, if I can chime in, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
If I can chime in, as far as men are concerned, studies show training your lower body, strength training your lower body, helps to increase your testosterone.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Even in women, and we still need some testosterone. We need it.
That's what helps our sex drive.
Yeah,
It
weight bearing exercise helps with testosterone.
And in particular, the lower body, the larger muscles, your glutes and your quads, and working those out. Also, having a good night's sleep, helps with GHB and all of these things. People misunderstand that just because we go through menopause, or even men are concerned as we get older, you can certainly help increase those levels by training those muscles. Different, but yes, not as like testosterone, but yeah.
Yes. So weights is another exercise. Then just so since we're talking about different exercises, then can we talk about some other ones then too? So we've Pilates, yoga, of course, weights and how important that is. What else, and how else does that benefit then the sexuality front as well?
Right. Well, exercise improves circulation, period. That right off the bat. Squats, wall sits, lunges, things like that helps increase the muscular strength in your thighs and your glutes, and that produces testosterone. So that alone, you're going to feel a little,
Well, and endurance and stamina are two other things that come from exercise that are really important.
Right.
Stamina is a nice thing as you get a little
older.
Yeah,
for sure. Yep.
So that's also then being able
to one and done. No.
5 minutes. Or more than 3 minutes and not be out of breath.
Yeah. Oh, that's
right.
Why take your pants off for that? I'm not.
Yeah, it's not even worth it if you have
I'm not taking it. No.
This is how you're going to test. This is how we're going to know the things are working. We need measures. Wow. I need to increase my time. That's what we're working on. See, these are the goals that you want to figure out.
There you go.
What do you want to have happen as the result in bed? Do you need more to increase your time? Is it multiples? What is it? And then there's an exercise, or an exercise is that will help support that probably best, right?
Well, to be honest, I think exercise in general,
I agree with Stephanie.
It's a stress reliever. It makes you feel better about yourself. That alone will make you want to take your clothes off. If you feel better about yourself, you're more willing, you feel friskier. You want sex more often if you feel better about yourself. And exercise does do that without a doubt.
Well, yes. When you're exercising, you're more thirsty, you drink more water, it makes your skin look better. I mean, even if you're just walking and sweating, you're drinking more water, which makes you hydrate and it makes you glow more. I mean, I know it sounds silly, but the prettier you feel and the more attractive you feel, the more you feel like having sex. We all know we have those days where you feel bloated, you feel poofy, you feel gross, and you don't want anybody to even look at you, let alone touch you. But on the days where you went to the gym and you worked out for 3 hours, or you walked around the block, even anything that makes you feel like I did something for myself. I feel so much better about myself. I'm standing up straighter today. I'm taller. I'm, just confidence. The confidence that it can give you, I would just say, is a huge benefit in everything. I mean, it doesn't have to be a specific exercise. It's just how you feel about yourself, how you look when you look in the mirror. I mean, God knows we all hate to go swimsuit shopping. I mean, no matter how perfect you are, somebody's always going to find something wrong. And
Absolutely.
I have been, like I said, I have been every size in the book. At one point, I was almost 300 pounds. I was in a relationship, so I was having sex, but I didn't feel sexy.
You didn't enjoy it.
I did it because it was part of, you're in this committed relationship, but you don't feel sexy and you don't feel pretty. Whereas the more I felt attractive, the more I would be the one that would initiate, or I would be the one that was interested in, hey, let's go. It makes a difference. It really does. It just in how you feel. I mean, we all know people that have let themselves go, and they'll say they're in relationships for years and we haven't had sex in 5 years. I'm like, what? But it's because they keep saying they don't have time, but it's because they don't make the time.
You do make time for whatever you really want to do.
Yes.
Correct.
I mean, I have an 80-year-old that has sex.
Yeah.
As you should. And these are the goals. Hashtag 80-year-old sex goals for Candy. Can we get some more examples of exercise? I know, because we keep saying just exercise. And for some folks so far, not everybody has any interest in weightlifting. And so, I encourage what do you enjoy doing? Any type of movement, dancing, that's absolutely, please,
I do take it with one person at a time. What are they exercise? What my idea of exercise might be different than somebody else. So, and I really think if you get a person that hasn't exercised very much in their life, getting to the gym and walking in the door is moving and exercise, and that can make them feel better. So there's so many forms, even swimming, walking, it's considered exercise, and that can make anybody feel better so everybody's idea of exercise is a little bit different. Yeah.
And I only teach one-on-ones. Sometimes I'll do a duet here and there, but I teach one-on-one because I was taught you teach the body in front of you. So what that person needs, same with sex, but what that person needs, that's what that person gets. Nobody's body is the same as somebody else's. So you have to teach the person in front of you. And that's what you look at. You go, okay, this person needs this person needs that. And everybody needs something different. And it's the same with sex. I mean, everybody, different things work for that person. And you have to make it a routine for that person that they'll come back for, or that they'll enjoy coming to. And it's, you know, as like I was saying before, as hard as it needs to be or as easy as it needs to be, but just so you get them in the door and moving. I mean, doing something, anything,
Right.
anything.
And as you know, it changes. You know, what you need can change.
And a lot of people don't want to go to a really big. I mean,
no.
Some people do want to go to a gym, but most of my clients, they love it because it's just private, one little studio, one-on-one, and they don't feel intimidated. They don't feel, you know, like there's people.
Right.
Sorry.
So sorry. Yeah, well, she's grabbing that, but there is like different dancing. There's sports. There's swimming.
Yep.
There's Oculus and virtual reality is getting super popular for people that, you know, especially feel like they have limited movements but want different environments and things like that. You know, whatever movement. One of the things that I like to help people with, and then of course, please continue, is I call it expressive movement or joyful movement or playful movement. The word exercise, you know, a lot of folks don't like it. That sounds like torture, and they immediately have talked themselves out of it just because
sounds like a job.
The dreaded words versus, oh, this is expressive, or this is going to be playful, or this is going to be powerful movement. You know, what am I trying to accomplish or incorporate into my life, and then that will help me decide what type of movement I want to do. Because I don't have to do the same type of movement each time. I don't just have to go lift weights. I don't have to just do
absolutely
Pilates or whatever's too. Right? You get to choose like a smorgasbord.
I think, you know, whatever your goal is, I think strength, endurance, flexibility, it's all important to have in your life. All of it. You know, no matter your age.
Some people would argue with this, but some people say sex is a type of exercise. So we can say, you know,
listen, I wear this and it says it's not. I barely burn any calories.
Well, hell. So wait a minute, because immediately I'm like, well, you know, I can't speak to what you're doing. I'm not going to pretend I know what you're doing, but I know I'm burning some calories. I know some folks are putting in some work, you know.
I mean, I feel like I'm working, but it's really not, doesn't move that scale very much.
Yeah.
Because that is a big thing. Yeah.
There can be acrobatic sex. There can be hardly any movement sex. There could be no penetration. There could be running around the play, you know, role play that's part of it. So varying degrees of what one is called extra movements for that matter, right?
Yeah.
Changing positions. If you are hovering, if you are using muscles, if you're up against a wall, if you are on top and using core, if you're doing reverse cowgirl and you are stretching and flexibility, right?
Listen, I always say it's all better than sitting on the couch, but you know, doing nothing. It is. As far as
that just sounded boring as hell. Hold on a minute. Wait.
Well, no. I think any movement is better than sitting on the dang couch. Okay, now what you think of movement and what I think of movement.
Yes.
We can't talk about that on you know, what can we talk about
it? This is exactly what we're supposed to talk about it. I want to hear it.
But what I think is that mentally, like it's so, sex is so mental. Like it really, it could be very. I mean, you know, the more you're into it, the better it is. You know, so.
Sex is mental and physical.
I mean, I know. Yeah. But the mental part is the hard part.
And emotional.
Yeah, of course.
And energetic. Right.
Yeah. I'm doing it on the treadmill next time.
You guys, I'm having a really hard time hearing anything you're saying.
Oh, really?
All of a sudden, yeah. I heard you plenty before, and now I can't hear anything you're saying.
Oh.
I can hear everyone else, so I know it's still recording. It's still going.
Yeah,
so we can hear you, though.
Yeah, we hear you. You don't hear us?
No.
Yeah, that's okay.
But I can hear. We can hear. So I'm going to try it on the treadmill, and then maybe the elliptical, and then maybe the rowing machine next time. And then we'll see how many calories I burn.
Mhm.
You know,
I mean,
we're gonna.
no,
But yeah, whatever works. You know.
I know what you mean. You don't burn the same calories having sex that you do riding your bike for
I
half
mean,
an
there's
hour.
that misconception that people think that they're burning as many calories as jogging a mile.
But
No,
no,
I mean, but you know,
you're
you're
still
burning.
doing it.
You're burning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So-
I would actually like to see a study on this. I still am going to be on the other side of, I disagree with that.
Okay.
And I'm totally open, like somebody
Yeah.
needs to do that study. I think we should host something.
Yeah.
Dr. Jenny, that would be dope.
There are some, and I've looked it all up. There are some. Yeah. It is fascinating.
My watch
Yeah,
too.
me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how did yours go? What did yours,
Yeah, I burn calories.
Yes, of course you are.
She's a freak in the sheets.
Hey, well, Stephanie, look.
What am I missing?
That's also a definition, isn't it?
Oh,
Right? Vanilla
okay.
folks think, freak
Note
might be
to
what?
self. Note to self.
A woman on top might be freaky for some folks, right? Whereas that's not even coming out the gate for other folks.
That's just child's play.
That is all definition of terms for sure on what is freaky.
But it isn't. It is fascinating. It's this. You never run out of stuff to talk about. That's for sure. It's interesting. We all like to talk about it, and that's what keeps us all going. The subject is just endless, and that's the best part, really.
Melissa and Stephanie, would you both agree with the statement that exercise, or as Sabrina puts it, movements helps you stay mentally and physically with it, like a present in life, a part of who you are? Yes.
Yes. Well, I can tell you, as far as neuromuscularly, when I'm dealing with diseases that do affect the brain, exercise increases the blood oxygen level, which is pretty much the same as their medications, and it helps with the endorphins, an antidepressant. It definitely does. It's a mood booster. It's all of that. It really is.
Yeah, endorphins are huge. I mean, they really are.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Somebody posted a message.
Oh,
no, that's just me. I'm typing the questions on there.
Oh, okay.
No, it says Courtney Fraser.
Oh, Courtney's in. Yes.
It says, I wish I got the message I'm getting now about what was possible for me growing up, instead of all the limitations that were placed on me and the other messages I got growing up.
Yeah.
I am so grateful for all of you.
Oh,
that was very nice, Courtney.
Yes, if those with disabilities like myself got these messages sooner, things would be so much different for us. Oh,
if you can zoom in on these goosebumps, I tell you.
Yeah.
That is very nice.
That's fabulous, Courtney. And hey, so Courtney, have you felt, and you can decide to answer or not, has exercise positively impacted or affected other areas of your life? And you can take however long you'd like to answer that, or however long you need.
I think we lost Melissa.
Yeah, it looks like she's probably trying to come back on to get the sound back in. We have just a few minutes left.
Now I can hear you, ladies.
Yay!
Yay! Okay.
Sorry about that.
No, I couldn't hear a thing for a little bit, and it was like I was reading lips. It wasn't working so well.
Yeah. Well,
that's terrible. I know.
Well, it's because somebody was trying to call. I guess nobody noticed that I put on Facebook that we were supposed to be on here.
We're already at we've got about 3 minutes left, about 2 minutes left. So we just want to make sure that Stephanie and Melissa, you have a chance to give and leave whatever informations that you'd like to leave with folks if they want to get in touch with you or learn more about you.
And
They
Courtney,
can email me at Melissa Durstein Pilates at gmail.com.
I'll put it up there.
Okay.
See,
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. And Courtney answers your question.
Oh, fabulous.
Okay.
And yes, exercise has helped me so much.
Yeah,
Fabulous.
that's lovely. Yeah.
Well done.
And then
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful.
we'll put Stephanie's email up there if you want to contact her.
Mm-hmm. And I know, like Melissa, we both do through Zoom one-on-one. We make it as personable as we can through that. But I have several clients that come to Florida and then they go back up north, and
I do too.
continue them through Zoom. So it is possible, and you can learn a lot and get started that way.
But then you don't get to hang on all the fun Pilates equipment, though.
No, I know. Yeah.
I know.
It's better than nothing.
Sabrina the torture chamber stuff, because then she would have wondered about those positions. That's what everybody says when they come in and see it. They're like, "What is that?"
It looks like a BDSM machine if you don't know any different.
Yep.
Dr. Jenny, what is our upcoming folks? And when we're meeting us next, you'll take us home?
Yeah, and that time in 2 weeks, we have Goody Howard, and she is very energetic, and she's another person that specializes in sex. And her quote here is empowering through sexual exploration, education, and awareness.
Yes, please.
And she will be on with us live in 2 weeks. This is her website, askgoody.com.
I love that.
And this is her on Instagram.
Also, Ask Goody. Thank you so much, ladies. This was awesome. Thank you also again, Dr. Jenny, for hosting
Thank
this.
you very much.
Thank
And
you.
we will see you all in a couple of weeks.
See
in a couple weeks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Kiss and tell.